Hi, guys, good afternoon, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in today's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the latest episode of our new favorite cat and mouse show, Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector. A new episode dropped last night. I just got done watching it, and I got a lot to say about it as usual. Now, before I begin, of course, please be warned this is a spoiler filled episode review. If you're not caught up on Lincoln Rhyme by this episode or the first couple of episodes, don't keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, and all that jazz. So, you have been warned. That being said, let's dive right in. First of all, a huge round of applause to Russell Hornsby for playing an incredibly unsettled and unnerved Lincoln. This was probably his best performance so far throughout the show, and he's doing a great job. Everybody's doing a great job, but he really, really went all out in this particular episode, probably because, of how close he feels to the Bone Collector and how personal this case is for him. And, he's a brilliant but arrogant man, and it's like at the same time, it's like, he's a good guy, but it's like he could be such a dick sometimes too. And that's what I think makes Russell Hornsby a good actor, is that he played such a likable character in the other NBC show Grimm for many years. He was a great character in that show, and he was super likable, and he was a fan favorite. And now he's playing a completely different character, still a cop, but a completely different character on this show. One where he's less likable, and he's also incredibly arrogant and super elitist, and it's like unwilling to hear anybody else's opinion or input. And there's a lot of people in the world like that, and they can just drive you crazy, whether you encounter them in the workplace or at home or amongst your family. Those are the kind of people that can drive you nuts. You still love them, you care for them, but they drive you crazy at the same time. So hats off to Russell Hornsby for a great performance in this episode. He did an exceptionally fine job. I also loved how they've decided they're not going to play by the Bone Collector's rules anymore. The game is still afoot, but the game has changed. So now it seems like they're going to continue to play the game, but on their terms and on their turf. And I loved seeing how angry and unhinged the Bone Collector was in the final shot of this episode when he throws down the glass that he was drinking his drink out of at the bar earlier. And you're like, oh, why does he go back for his glass? Oh, can't leave any DNA behind. Don't want that to happen. So it was nice seeing the Bone Collector frustrated and angry for once, rather than our main characters, even though this was sort of a win for them, because they did save that one woman's life despite losing two people earlier. But, I'm glad that the team is starting to really rally behind Lincoln, and Lincoln is going to try to be more of a team player. And the Bone Collector is back in New York, and they're not going to play on his terms anymore. It's going to be on their terms now. But the game is still very much afoot, and, who knows what's going to happen next. But this was a pretty awesome episode because, it was mostly just about Bone Collector versus Lincoln and the team. And that's what made it so intriguing. So I'm wondering if the rest of this, if the rest of this season will be them dealing with other serial killers, or will the Bone Collector not reappear until the season finale, whenever that is. But I'll keep watching because the show is definitely keeping my interest, and I really like the characters. So what did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector drops new episodes every Friday on NBC. Have an awesome rest of your weekend if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.